All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are still at the same place, at the same time. It's a new recording. It's not the same place because I was just upstairs.
Same building.
But it's still Paracletic B, so yeah, still same building, different person. Andrew Happick.
Mm-hmm.
You just had some 8-way fun.
Yeah.
You are probably the busiest formation skydiving competitor in the world at this point in time. I don't know who could beat you.
Could be currently.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's kind of traveling back and forth. Yeah, with both rhythm and filling in for XP8 right now until Matt Davidson has his surgery and then recovers from that. So yeah, it's a lot of travel back and forth and balancing schedules and everything. But I enjoy the 8-way and I enjoy helping the team out as well. So it's fun.
And you have your own 8-way team too, right? The rhythm 8-way team.
No, I'm not on that lineup. No.
Okay.
So
Doug is on his own with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So doing 8-way like this, as you do it now, and as I saw it, and as we can all watch it pretty soon, hopefully, if I take some footage back.
Mm-hmm.
That is fun.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Are you gonna be sad when when Matt is coming?
When Matt comes back, I'll probably miss it for sure, but plan to continue as an alternate on the team, but I think whenever Matt's ready, whenever he's recovered, which for him I hope is as soon as it can be. I'll be happy to let him step back in.
You would be the perfect alternate because you really are a trained alternate. Then at least at this point, there's still another year to go, until.
Right.
And you also avoid the double duties. Maybe you would have become a second Mathieu Bernier with a. if you have to come in, as it may happen. If somebody gets sick or so, and you step in. Then you're competing for the medals in 4-way and 8-way.
Yeah, not planning on that. I want to be able to focus on, on 4-way, but.
Well, then let's talk about the rhythm a little bit, because the rhythm is all new too.
Yeah.
So you have been. When did we meet last time? Was it in Sebastian or was it?
We did the Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Right, with rhythm.
Yes.
Zoom. I want to say in April, maybe? I'm not sure.
I was here when you had your tryouts. So I think we talked there too. I don't know if we had an NSL live talk. I have to check that. But by then there was no Christy Fricken.
Right.
So last time when I was here, that was in May, same as with the 8-way.
Yeah.
There was we knew that Janet was ready to step back. Mm-hmm. But we didn't know who it would be. Yeah,
and that was kind of in the transition period when Drew was not going to be able to, with the world being pushed back a year, Drew was not going to be able to continue to commit to rhythm through the next year as we had originally planned if the world were to take place this year. But yeah, we worked that out and of course had to figure out schedules and everything and see if it could work and who would be our best candidate, and we were able to go with Christy, and it's been great so far. We haven't had a whole lot of jumping with her yet, but maybe around 40 jumps or so, I think.
40 jumps
so far.
Where did you train?
I was in Chicago last week. We were jumping with her, and I'll be back out there on Tuesday.
Rhythm has been very strict with all the restrictions and so forth too. So there were probably, in Chicago, there were more voluntary restrictions than here in North Carolina, or?
You could say that somewhat, yeah. I think, we're just trying to do our part and be aware of everything that's, coming through the news and everything, and be aware of that and kind of take it either training camp by training camp or event by event. There have been some, cancellations of things, but yeah, I think we're just taking it training camp by training camp.
So 40 jumps plus tunnel time, I guess?
Yeah, we started out with tunnel time, like a week of tunnel with Christy. I think we had some before that as well. So yeah, we started with tunnel time and are now into jumping. We'll probably get back in the tunnel sometime in September or so for maybe a short training camp, 4 days or so. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's far away.
Sort of.
So jumping is the priority, of course.
Yeah, right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And was it a fresh start from the button, or was it like where rhythm was?
No, I think it feels more like kind of where we left off, which is great,
right. Yeah.
I know that like at least Steve has a lot of experience flying with Jeanette from the previous rhythm lineups,
mm-hmm.
and so she's pretty familiar with the style and everything, and I think she kind of fit right in, and it's been really good too, because you kind of don't know how it's going to all come together when we put it in the air, and it's been really good so far.
And she was inside center with rhythm before.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a time before you and Doug came into it, right?
Back to her slot. Yep. And even when just talking with her last week, she kind of she was saying how she wasn't sure, like when she was coming out, before we started training, wasn't sure how much we had changed things, technique and everything. And of course there's been little tweaks, but in the end, at the end of the training camp, she's like, you know what, haven't changed anything. We still do the same thing.
Okay, really?
So just to show that like she's fitting right in, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that soon I will be able to catch the new rhythm lineup somewhere,
mm-hmm.
sometime in training.
Yeah.
So we can have a conversation about all of that together with her.
Mm-hmm.
So far, I'm just we are talking about her, and
yeah.
I write about her, and I haven't really spoken directly with her. But it must be exciting. Kirk and BK just explained in 8-way how great it is for them that the newer and younger members like Gina and Michelle coming in, and they're pushing, they want to train, they want to jump,
mm-hmm.
they want to get better.
Yeah.
And Kirk and BK feel like, they feel that energy, and they're
pushes them a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she is the oldest team member probably now. Is she Is she doing the same thing no matter what, because it's such on a high level, and it's probably exciting for her?
Yeah. I think it's kind of exciting, and I think we're all, especially with the ups and downs, limitations we've had and everything, we kind of want to utilize our time as best we can, and kind of train as much as we can. So just like the other, when was it, last week, one of the days we were training till sunset out there.
Sunset is 8 o'clock now. So.
Yeah.
It's so great. So now when Doug gets a little bit tired, Sparks says, come on, my boy, we are going. They are at peace now, right? So, that's the best usually that can happen to a team, if you have somebody really pushing,
mm-hmm.
As long as the fatigue doesn't kick in too much and all that.
Yeah, but I think that comes from all of us.
Yeah.
And Steve
right.
Kind of always
unlimited.
He's
so
forever.
how many jumps did you do that day when you jumped until sunset?
I think it was 14. We had a little bit of late start.
14 only.
14, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You started late.
It was a late start, yeah. But yeah, like I said, just to get those jumps and push through to sunset.
Well, let's talk a little bit. Just BK and Kirk just confirmed, or they said also that 4-way and 8-way kind of separate even more from each other. Each becomes its own little world, because technically, and the way you're flying style and all that kind of stuff, it's a little science there and there. What is your impression? Is it extremely different? Is it a walk in the park? Is it
I think it's
vacation?
between the two. Yeah, I mean, I think the style is definitely different between the two, but it's pretty easy to switch back and forth just once you have the experience with each of them. So I haven't found it too hard to kind of switch modes back and forth, but the style is definitely different. I think four-way with just less number of people, you're able to kind of flow through things a little bit more. So that becomes more of the style of flowing through a lot of things. Eight-way, there's definitely more time for setups and that kind of thing. So
setups and stops. I mean, flowing through the next. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And engineering, and that takes probably longer because it's twice as many people, jump preparations and all that.
Yeah. I don't know if it takes longer, just you have to develop the skills to be able to know what works together and engineer it. Of course, Kirk and John and BK are all pretty good with that for eight-way. So
just
can
listen,
kind of lead that a little bit, and you can just do what I'm told.
Yeah.
And then, so I don't know if it takes longer, but just have to have expertise in each.
But you can take out a lot you're a full-time skydiver, you're coaching and running seminar, all that kind of stuff. So I guess the eight-way training with them is very helpful in that area too. That you're gathering a lot of eight-way experiences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good to stay jumping.
Yeah. So then today, or in eight-way in general, with XP8, you have an airspeed peace partner there regularly, Niklas.
Yeah.
You're flying a lot with Niklas.
Yeah, he's my peace partner for XP8. Mm-hmm.
Right. So does it feel the same as compared to flying with Steve, or is it different?
Well, so last year on XP8, Steve was my peace partner there, and there's definitely some differences. So I can compare directly eight-way to eight-way,
Mm-hmm.
And there's some differences in, I guess, the kind of some techniques of piece turns and that type of thing, but we work that out through the training, and but it's easy to find those differences and then identify them and kind of find a technique that works for both of us.
But there are differences. There are differences. So you can say, it's only eight-way peace flying, but your experience on both sides. Could you make a statement like between Arizona Airspeed and STC Rhythm XP, they fly differently as four-way teams?
I don't know if I could. It's just in it can be small differences.
Yeah.
Say in the piece term, we might go, with me and Steve, our technique might be where one person is moving a little bit shorter, and then kind of the other person is adding power. Whereas with Nick or someone else, we might make that move a little bit further and have the power come in a different spot of the rotation. So just a small difference. You just have to find that out, and once you start working together, you can make the piece work well.
Yeah. So that's similar to what you're experiencing within the same four-way team anyway. If you have a new piece partner, a new team member, it's a little bit different. It doesn't change the style of the team actually, it just changes the dynamics of the piece,
so.
kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, interesting times for you. On top of that, we have four-way, eight-way, switching back and forth, not really knowing what it's going to be like in eight-way at least, and then four-way we know. You're going to the world meet.
Yep.
How does that feel, by the way? You're going to a world meet now.
Yeah, it feels great.
You're going to a world championship of formation skydiving, competing for the USA.
Yeah.
So are you elated about it?
I think it feels really good to accomplish that. it's something we've been working towards for so long. And yeah, just proud of my teammates and everything, and we did it, so.
Yeah, exactly. Coming from Turbo XP, I mean, further back, there was a university team, I forgot the name, the first name of your first team.
My team, VTSD, Virginia Tech team.
VTSD, and then Turbo XP, and then so forth, and finally you're going to the World Championship. And I will never forget the celebration and the emotions at the award ceremony also on the jump of viewing of round 11 at the USBA Nationals last year, and then the emotions on the podium. If you're recalling that, are you getting goosebumps kind of?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah,
I've never seen an award ceremony like that either, because the crowd was just as excited, it was something extraordinary.
Yeah, and it was cool to do it here where we do some training and coaching and everything, and have relationships with a lot of the people around here, so that was neat.
So that is exciting, obviously, how can it not be?
And now we're gonna train as hard as we can and go to the world meet and try to get ourselves a gold medal.
And give Hayabusa a hard time. They have a new team member too, Everybody is kind of, now Hayabusa is about the same time, they started their training at about the same time when you started with Christy. So it's even a starting point, no excuses.
Nope.
And then on top of that, we still have all the other stuff that we have to deal with, the Corona crisis, and nobody knows how it's going to be in the future.
Yeah.
Nationals, who knows, champion, nobody really knows.
Yeah.
So you just do your best to.
Yeah, like I said, take it one training camp at a time for right now, and do the best we can with everything. Yeah.
How's business? Is that kind of slowing down a little bit too, because people don't sign up for for jumping so much anymore? Or
I don't think it's necessarily that. We also have to take our events one at a time and see what's happening at that time. Doug has a big event each 4th of July, the All-American Invitationals, which was it was supposed to be, I think, 60 ways this year, cut it down to 50 ways, and then unfortunately had to cancel that event just for the safety of everything and what was happening at the time. So that's unfortunate, but I think everyone, for the most part, kind of understood, and he's going to take that and make next year even better. So.
How did you respond to the USBA request? What's your take? I mean,
I haven't responded yet.
You haven't?
I'm going to go home and do that.
Yeah, there's a link on the NSL. You have an email probably with a link.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, how do you feel? Like, do you want it to?
I mean, I want it to happen if it can for nationals. I know it's a tough decision for people who are in that position that have to make the decision. So I think I'd understand either way. It's hard to say what will be happening in middle November at this time, but yeah, I mean, I want it to happen, of course, and
it has to be safe, of course.
Yeah.
It has to be in an environment that allows it to happen. So we'll see what that. Okay, you're probably tired and you want to rest a little bit too. No, you should go to jobs and do some forward.
Maybe I will.
Thank you very much, Andrew, for that. It was very interesting, and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
You'll still be here for a few days for 8-way?
Yeah, through Monday, and then head back to Chicago for 4-way training.
Oh, it continues right away then with 4-way training?
Yeah.
What a life. Okay, thanks again, Andrew.
All right, thanks, Kurt.